Hello and welcome to Superpower Broadcasting. I'm Kevin Castley. Thanks for being here tonight. Tonight we're going to be covering more of the election, the latest results, and what this means for Joe Biden and Donald Trump. So we'll take a look at this. It's getting right near the end in terms of the path for both of the candidates here. We're going to open up New York Times and check out their reporting on, the delegates count as well as the overall results as they stand right now. So things are moving. So I'm going to screen share over to the New York Times results and we'll take a look at this. So you can see it's still 253 to 214 by their calling, but you'll notice something here. So Joe Biden has a 0.5% lead in Pennsylvania now. 96% of the votes counted. The votes that remain there are almost about 5-1 favoring Joe Biden. He's already ahead. There's no way. By the time that this is over, he could be up 1.5 points over Donald Trump. Look at North Carolina. North Carolina now it's moved up to 98%, but you'll notice, mail ballots postmarked by Election Day are accepted until November 12th. So we're not even going to know until the 12th. That's crazy. So we got Georgia. Joe Biden leads by 0.1%. And specifically here, about 4,000 votes, approximately speaking. Really small margin, really tight. But Pennsylvania, mind you, even if Trump gets all this other stuff, remember, he's at 214 in this math. Biden's at 253. Pennsylvania's worth 20. If Joe Biden does carry Pennsylvania, it's over. He's the president. We can take a look at Arizona, 97% now. That's the movement over last night. Joe Biden, right there, up over 20,000 votes, 49.6 to 48.7. Nevada, 93%. There's been some movement there too. But Joe Biden still remains ahead by, just looking at that there, 1.8 points. So Joe Biden only needs Pennsylvania. But it's looking like he's actually going to carry probably 4 out of these 5 states. It's looking like Donald Trump's only going to carry North Carolina out of what's in play here. So we can take a look at 270 to win, but I do also want to take a look at the chat, and I'll see who's here tonight. Oh, we got Zaus. We got Dr. Zayas. Dr. Zayas, he says, it seems like Trump will end up with North Carolina and could end up with Georgia. But Biden is all but guaranteed the 3 other states. So that's the thing. He only needs 1, Pennsylvania or Nevada and Arizona. So it looks like it's gamesies, essentially. We have Dr. Zayas and we have Arthur Azar here. For those of you who don't know Arthur, by the way, Arthur did all the graphics that you see here. He did my channel logo, did the background graphics. He also did the intro graphics for when we did the previously, premiered videos. I haven't done any of those in a long time. Once we hit $100 a month, I'll bring those back and we'll double up the daily content, a daily live stream, plus a daily pre-recorded video premiering to YouTube. And then we'll have the intros that Arthur's got. Those are really swaggy. So big ups to Arthur, and everybody go subscribe to Arthur if you haven't done so yet. He's a genius. I mean, check out his graphic design skills. They're next level. So the link to his channels are in the description below. The links, I should say, are in the description below because he has multiple channels. So Marshall says Decision Desk on Twitter has already called the race. Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. So yeah, I'm going to have a separate stream tonight in which I'm going to make an announcement. But for right now, we're just going to go over some of the results. Net7 is here over on Twitch. By the way, you can follow me on Twitch. That's in the description. You'll find the link. And you can go and follow me there. We're almost at 50 followers right now. So that's based. He says 2020 is 2016 part 2. Yeah, except the Rust Belt has reversed. Now, the Rust Belt's still in play. Going into 2024, very possible that the Rust Belt, again, goes to a Republican. That's no longer a Democratic stronghold. Just because Joe Biden won these doesn't mean it was by much. Donald Trump could have easily won them, right? They're anybody's game, essentially. Georgia's interesting. Georgia hasn't flipped in a long time. Arizona being a swing state now. Well, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird, right? You think of Arizona as a consistently Republican state, but there you go. So American Madhouse says Biden has it. Zaya says Biden could easily get Georgia too. Most of the votes are coming from blue counties and mail-ins. Yeah, but some of the votes that they're waiting on are military votes. So, Henry and Wyatt were both talking about this. It's very likely that Donald Trump is going to carry Georgia because those votes are going to tend to lean towards the Republicans. So, Arthur says, thanks, Kevels. That's a Mills Row-ism. For those of you who don't know Mills Row, I'm thinking about it. I've been a very busy hawk lately, but at some point I'm going to actually separate the debate, the crap show debate, with Alien Mills Row and make it a standalone video because I decided, we need more playlists on this channel so we can actually cluster together similar videos and everything. And so that's the thing, right? We're going to have the debate with Cogent K9. We're going to separate that out, make that a standalone video instead of just the part of like the 5-hour stream or whatever. Likewise with Mills Row. Already got the one with Liz on there. And Monday night, I'm going to be debating Dylan Burns, if you haven't heard yet. That debate is happening. We've been talking about that since basically as soon as the Liz debate ended. That was in the works. So we're going to be debating Dylan Burns. He's got about 7,000 followers over on Twitch. We're going to be debating over there. It's going to be moderated by Bastiat, and I'm going to be mirroring it on this channel, but you can watch it over there. It's not going to really work out too well for Mr. Burns. I'll tell you that because, we're obviously going to be debating North Korea. Let's keep it real. I've been following North Korea, developments in North Korea, almost as long as Dylan Burns has been alive. Dylan Burns is 19. I started getting into North Korea and really interested in that. I was like, whoa, what the hell? This is crazy, dude. When I was like 12 or 13 years old. So I'm almost 27. It's not going to work out well for him, man. It's not going to work out well for him. But he wanted it. I didn't challenge him. He challenged me. By the way, that's how this goes. That's always how this goes. It's always them challenging me because I'm not a debate me, bro. Only challenged one person this year to a debate. That was Pooter Boy, School Pooter, that guy, Ian Stevens. And he backed out. He was hyped. He was like, oh yeah, I'm going to crush Kevin Castley. Kevin Castley's a fucking idiot. All this kind of stuff. And then he backed out. He got scared. He got afraid. He was dooming, man. He's terrified. And tonight, I have an update for you all. As a result of the pressure that our community has put on him to either debate like we agreed and like he said he would, or to apologize to me publicly, he has now set his tweets to protected. So, yeah, he's not really going to be getting too much of a following. Kind of killed his social media presence and everything. Kind of like how we killed Liz and her career, in social media and everything. She's stagnant. I think she has the same number of followers now that she did when the debate happened. And of course, her Patreon basically dried up because all of her simps realized she was a total idiot, right? She got absolutely nuked. We got Net7 here saying Liz got nuked. Ian said he wouldn't embarrass himself like Liz did, getting absolutely crushed by me. No, it turns out he's right. He embarrassed himself even worse, because Liz, and we've all said this here, Liz showed up. He didn't. He was all talk, no walk, all hype, no game. Absolutely sad, absolutely dismal. And people have said, "Oh, let it go, let it go. You're not going to get your debate." No, there are two ways that we can resolve this. I have a long memory. He fucked with the wrong YouTuber. Let's just keep that real. Let's just keep that real. He thought that I was gonna, oh, whatever. I guess Ian's better than me. I'll just let him get away with this because like his parents got him into Harvard and Stanford, bro. No, he's a classist filth shit, and I ain't one to just kind of let that slide. You know what I'm saying? So, and neither are you. Neither are you. Those in our community that have been memeing on this guy. Because it ain't really even just me. I mean, I tweet about it sometimes. I'm a pretty busy guy. We got hawks out there in our community. They ain't letting this go. It's too memeable. It's too funny. It's too hilarious. It's the sort of thing that even if I stop talking about it, which I'm not, it's not going away for him because he's such a meme. He's such a meme. Even his face is such a meme. He looks like a total goofball, right? He lends himself to the memes. He's the star, frequently featured on bad twink takes. What a goofball. What a goofball, right? So yeah, on the screen sharing here so you can actually like see what I'm saying and whatnot, right? Because I'm like, we don't really need to look at the map right now. You all know where it stands if you watch this channel, right? I already gave you the data. We'll go into a little bit more of the details later. But, you know, we sometimes get sidetracked. We've been covering the election for 3 days straight now and everything. It's good to keep up with drama news, right? Y'all love the drama. Everybody loves the drama, right? So, so he said his stuff to protect it over on Twitter. He's also blocked me. He's blocked a bunch of the hawks. He blocked Reese and Kamaljeet simply because they had school computer in their name as a result of it. It's just it's so funny. It's so hilarious. School computer is the worst excuse of the 21st century. It would have been a terrible excuse in 2005, like Wyatt pointed out, right? So we're not letting it go. It's not going away. But I said, you know, because I was asked by some of the absolute morons in the brainlet brigades, some of his simpcocks, right? That they apparently think I'm being childish for letting his classist and elitist remarks and smugness and trash talking while I'm blocked, not letting it go. They think I'm the child. Oh, he's not a child. He's Ian Stevens. He's Mr. Stevens. No, he's not Mr. Stevens. He's Mr. Pooter. That's who he is. He's Mr. Pooter, right? You know, like because I'm here, right? I'm Mr. Castley. He's Mr. Pooter. Let's just get that clear. He can't even debate a guy he called an idiot. How weak is that? That's pathetically weak. Pathetically weak. Like if you said to me, and I've said this before, but like if you said to me, "Hey man, kind of worried about debating you actually. Like you're kind of a good debater. You kind of know your stuff. Like we can debate. I'm just a bit nervous about it. I'm kind of worried." I'd be like, "Okay, that's cool. You get your 3 weeks to do research. I'll do some research. That's fair, right? You know, we all want to get caught up, right? Up to speed. You know, you want a fair match and everything. Also, kind of makes sense. You might actually back out if you're really nervous to debate somebody you think is really smart. We all get that, right? Like if you're telling me, "Hey man, you're debating Christopher Hitchens. He's been revived. You guys are going to debate tomorrow. He like disagreed with you on something." I'm going to be like, "Okay, well, I disagree with him on that issue, but like, let's keep it real. He's kind of a good debater. This is going to be tough, you know. This is going to be a hard one, you know." I wouldn't back out, but I wouldn't say, "Oh yeah, I got this, man. I got this." No, I'm going to be like, "Oh, okay, he's really good," you know. If you back out, then yeah, it still looks weak, but then you're like, "Hey man, he kind of said he was a genius and all that stuff." But if you back out against the guy that you said was a complete and total idiot, that's embarrassing. Because what does that make you? If you're scared to debate an idiot, what does that make you? Obviously less than an idiot. So, oh man, no. So we're not letting it go. And we do have another update. And as these updates emerge, I'll have new news for you, right? Just as we do with the election. So his tweets are now protected. So good luck trying to be some big Twitter star or whatever when you're literally closing off your social media output to the vast majority of the people out there, kind of a win for us, right? Because we keep growing, we keep expanding, we put our memes out there, we put our talking points out there, we're hawk pilling the world, one step at a time, right? What's he doing? He's fuming and dooming. He's dooming and fuming. So we're going to get back to the election news, but I will take a look at the chat. So, and as we transition topics back to the election, we actually are joined in the studio this evening by my friend Anthony Roberto. So we'll bring Anthony Roberto into the studio. We can take a look at the chat later. Hello, Anthony. How's it going?
Up? What's up?
Man. Yeah, I'm pretty good. You said you might be able to come on tonight, and you're here, so that's awesome. So thanks for coming on.
So, because I saw a little bit of the other streams with Henry and Mike, I was wondering if there's anything you wanted me to like specifically talk about when it comes to Joe Biden, or just I don't know, like was there just something do you want me to give my 2 cents on?
Yeah, get your 2 cents on the election, who you think is going to win the election. I'm going to give my official statement later tonight on who I think is going to win, but also the case for why Hawks should embrace Joe Biden, because I know you're supporting Joe Biden. So
yeah. Well, I think there's a few things here. I mean, I think it's pretty clear that Joe Biden is going to win the election. It seems like he has the most delegates to him as far as like electoral college votes go. Well, very soon it'll be confirmed. Like, obviously, there's still some counting, but it's pretty much like 98% in with a lot of places. So, I mean, of course they could do recounts and why not. And maybe it shakes things up a little bit in certain places, but generally speaking, it seems like no matter what's going to happen, it seems like Joe Biden's going to win. Some people think it's 306 electoral college votes, which is a pretty big margin.
Big lead.
That's bigger than Trump beating Clinton. So there's that. I mean, obviously it's not been confirmed yet, but he probably will win, I don't know, sometime next week. I mean, maybe like whenever they stop counting, of course.
Yes, it'll be at least the 12th because of North Carolina.
Right. well, the thing is, like the other thing is, like they're also recounting ballots in some places. They're looking at voting machines. I mean, there's just like a lot that's going on. So we probably won't know at least for another week or so until it's official. But yeah, I think it's pretty clear that Joe Biden has won the election. And I think I think for a few reasons people might be kind of worried about him. I think in one sense, before this election, I think there's definitely a lot more like, well, okay, I can see why you have more problems with him, because it's like, well, the Democrats could really take the Senate and they can push him over on a lot of issues. But that doesn't seem to be the case because the Democrats lost most of their seats. So it doesn't really seem like there's much push from Biden. There's not going to be much resistance from him because it's like, well, a lot of these progressives lost their seats. Actually, more than what most people expected. So
that's right. That's right. People are saying that Joe Biden was the one who cost this election for the Democrats. Even if he wins, he bungled it and all this. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, wait, but he's the one that looks like he won. It looks like all these local, House seats and stuff like that. And in the case of the Senate, it looks like that was on them. That's not on Joe Biden,
Well, the thing is, like, Joe Biden pulled a pretty decent margin, but a lot of people couldn't keep up with the pace with that when it came to the different votes, because what a lot of people did was they voted Joe Biden, but they didn't vote down ballot blue. Or they did mix, where like they would vote Joe Biden and then they would do some Democrat, some Republican, and some independent. So that mixed things up a lot, and it just shows that like some people who voted for Joe Biden don't necessarily vote for everything Democrat. They voted for him at the top, and then everything else different. So I think there was some of that going on. I think some people just didn't like the candidates. I mean, I definitely think in some places like in Maine or in what was it, like in California, there's definitely some Dems that lost a lot. and it's definitely, it's definitely one of those things where it's like a lot of these progressives were just not really well liked in these places, and
Hmm.
it kind of sucks. For them, of course. And then even some moderate Democrats also lost their seats too. So whether it be in the House or the Senate or in local places or state, it's pretty bad for them right now. And I don't see how there would be much pushback from him,
Yeah,
considering that like everybody, considering that a bunch of people in the party lost their seats. So I don't think they're gonna have much say when it comes to Joe Biden, right?
that's
It's
right.
like you lost your seat. What are you going to tell him to do? He's the one who won the election. You didn't win your election, right? Like, who's going to be the one who's going to be talking in the room? So,
Well, and
I,
Joe Biden's better at compromise than, say, if it was Bernie Sanders in this position or something, right? So,
yeah, and not only that though, but I think when it comes to Republicans, you, it's one of those things where it's like, I was telling you this earlier. Mitch McConnell has a pretty good relationship with Joe Biden. He
yeah,
he went to Beau Biden's funeral. They've been decent friends since the inception of the meeting. Of course, what 20 years ago or so, whenever they came together. But they've been together for a while, um, and I think they can probably work something out so it's not complete gridlock in Congress. Not
yeah,
only that though, but like Mitch McConnell is going to be doing a lot of the picks for Joe Biden because again, he is the Senate majority, I believe, or whatever. So he is the one who makes the decision on these cabinet positions, and Joe Biden just has to kind of go through it. Now, of course, they're going to compromise. It's not just going to be all one way, but I don't think Mitch McConnell is going to like pick some progressive. If anything, I see it more R leaning than before. I think before this election, you had more of a I think you had a more of a say of like, well, okay, like maybe all these Dems they win all their seats and then they push Biden over the edge. And I'm like, well, maybe that can happen, but the opposite happened where we have a red Congress, but we have a blue president. So
that's right. Yeah.
that's that. So it's kind of purple right now. So I don't really see. I don't know. I don't see all these crazy progressives coming into cabinet positions. Mitch McConnell doesn't like these people. I think we're going to get a lot of centrists or Republicans in these positions. So whether it be like in the Treasury Department, um, State Department, or within Department of Defense, or within other places, I think it'll be like that. I don't think they'll be like conservative, but I definitely think they're going to be more center right than they were before. So,
So
um,
it's kind of the best of both worlds in that sense. If you're somebody who's kind of center right, Republican leaning, but anti-Trump, you know, it's kind of what you would hope for in that sense, because you get
right.
you get Joe Biden.
Well, the thing is, like again, like a lot of the Democratic Party right now is kind of in shock for all the places that they've lost, and they're not going to have much say because they're kind of in shambles right now. Um, for a lot of reasons, of course. We can get into that another time. But I don't think the Democratic Party has the same weight over Joe Biden as like Mitch McConnell or the Republicans do. I think they have way more say over him than the Democrats because the Democrats are a lot smaller faction right now and they're pretty divided
Hmm.
amongst a lot of things. So and again, like who's the most popular Democrat right now? It's Joe Biden. Nobody
Joe
else.
Biden.
Nobody else. So I think it's gonna be really weird. I mean, again, they'll try. I don't think they have the political capital to do so. So I don't think like if you're a conservative, you should be that worried. I know some really deeply conservative people that I follow on Twitter that follow me and whatnot. I was reading some of their threads, and they said you don't have to worry. So if you're a conservative person, I don't think you have to worry that much about a Biden presidency. I honestly, I think I can honestly see Biden reversing on a lot of positions, or at least like really making half measures on them,
Well,
even
that
more.
that raises a question, man. Do you think he might get hawkish like he used to be? Because he used to say he wanted a bombing run in the 90s
I
before
think
they were even going to get nuked. So,
I think what he's going to do is I think he's going to maintain the same policy in Iran. So just keep the maximum pressure. We keep more sanctions. We try to embolden more ties with Arab states. I think it's just going to be the usual. I don't think he'll get crazy. I just think he'll just maintain the same policies that Trump did, and then he'll just move with that. I think with Russia, he actually stated he's going to be more hawkish on Russia. He stated
that's
that on 60 Minutes. I don't know if you saw that. He
I,
said
I
they are
didn't
our
see
threat.
that, but that's awesome. That's awesome. That's one of the reasons why I was supporting Biden, why I wanted Biden to win, because he understands that they're not our friends, right? So,
Right. Well, because he said on 60 Minutes that Russia is the biggest geopolitical threat to America. He said they're the biggest military threat to America. So, um, I think when it comes to Russia, he's going to be a bit more hawkish on them. China, I don't know. I think the trade stuff he'll probably drop. But I think the other moves that Trump has done with like other like trade and alliances and whatnot, I don't think that's going to change too much. I think the rhetoric will change, of course. I mean,
mhm.
whether that be softer or tougher on some areas. Um, but it just depends more. I mean, I think the biggest thing is he'll probably treat North Korea and Russia differently. I think that's where you're going to get the more like quote unquote hawk side, if you will. I think in other areas he'll just be, I don't know, just carry the same policies as previous presidents from before, or really just maintain the status quo is what I really see. Um, I, I,
Yeah.
I, I think one of the biggest things again, I always tell people this that it's like, well, actually, I've been telling people this recently is like Joe Biden doesn't have like a lot of Democratic political support. He doesn't want to be seen as controversial, and I think he wants to just get people to be less polarized. And I think if he tries to make big moves like be I don't know really friendly with Kim Jong Un or something really weird, I don't think he wants to make big moves like that. Or even towards Iran. I think he's just going to maintain the status quo. Maybe he has some tougher rhetoric here and there, and I think that's what we're going to expect from him. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess maybe in some ways he could be a little bit more hawkish, depending who's picked as his national security advisor. And obviously that goes through Mitch McConnell and the Republican Senate, so we'll see how that goes. I have no idea. I don't think it's gonna be someone like Bolton,
No,
but I think
no,
it's gonna be
I
someone.
could dream. It ain't gonna be Bolton.
Well, no, of course that was never gonna happen. I don't think he likes. Well, they don't. I don't think they even like each other on a
no,
personal level.
no.
Um,
Bolton refused to vote for Biden. He's like, I
oh no,
can't
of
trust
course, of
either of
course.
them. Right? Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I think what you're gonna get is like a center right, moderately hawkish American exceptionalist. I think that's what you're gonna get.
That
Maybe
sounds awesome.
for a national security advisor. So I don't know. How do I put it? Um, it would be like I would say maybe like not all the way Bush level, but like a little bit like a tier below that, but not like Bernie Sanders, something in between, but probably a little bit more hawkish and a little bit more American exceptionalist than maybe what we originally thought, because obviously the Dems lost, a lot. So I think it's just gonna be like a standard center right national security advisor, good for America, very standard esque. I wouldn't expect much more or anything less.
That,
And
that's awesome. That's a huge step up from what we had with Trump, where he's like going around talking about how like you want to make it part like a peace party for the Taliban and writing love letters to Kim Jong Un and congratulate Xi Jinping on 70 years of communism.
honestly, someone says in the chat that it's gonna be Elizabeth Warren. I don't think Mitch McConnell is gonna pick Elizabeth Warren. I don't think that's gonna happen because when they're in the room negotiating this stuff, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, Biden might want that. Even if he wants that, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe if it does, there's had to be some deal, but nevertheless, I don't see anything too crazy. Like I said, I think it's going to be very standard centrists or center right. or maybe a few center left people. I think it's just gonna be a blend of those people, and we're just gonna get very standard policies from people, very mainstream. Maybe like slightly more hawkish, maybe slightly more consistent. I think one thing that we'll get is more consistency,
Mm-hmm.
and more goals in mind that are more for long term. So I think that's a good plus. But besides that, I don't see anything crazy coming from it. Just very milk toast, corporate Democrat kind of thing.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, what you were saying earlier about how there were more conservative people that you follow on Twitter that were reassuring their audience that, hey, look, Joe Biden isn't going to be communism and all this kind of stuff and everything. What's interesting is that really means that the only sort of conservatives that are like fuming and dooming over this are
Oh
like
no, Charlie Kirk. Oh no, I've been watching the Charlie Kirk show.
they're
The
clowns, man.
past 3 days, he's talking about like the CIA operations and these drone strikes killing people and these block operations and this whole thing about like there's this coordinated effort to use the FBI with hit lists and they're putting people in vans and they're assassinating these people. They're taking people down. Dude,
He
it's
sounds like
insane.
Alex Jones. He sounds like Alex Jones. Alex Jones is out there right now in Maricopa County saying, all of his conspiracy theories and everything about how like this is like the deep state and George Soros and all that and how they're stealing the election, bro. And
Well, not only that though, but I mean, you have to be careful. Because Charlie Kirk told me that if you criticize Joe Biden, you're on the hit list. You're on the hit list.
they're right outside the door. They just knocked. Dude, the FBI's coming for me, man. I'm on the hit list, man. I criticized Joe Biden. I said he could be more hawkish once. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I just think it's hysterical. I mean, if you don't believe me, you can watch the streams yourself. I think they're absolutely fucking insane.
Sure.
Ever since Wednesday, it's been going downhill.
They're fuming, dude. They're fuming.
What's really funny is because I watched tonight's live stream, and Charlie Kirk was talking about like fake conservatives, and and I shit you not, he talked about globalist Republicans. He said that a lot. He said that it's a big meme. I said that on Twitter. Where he talks about globalist Republicans. He says that a lot. He talks about international bankers working for Joe Biden's campaign. He talked about a bunch of stuff.
So what is a globalist Republican? I'm guessing a globalist Republican is anybody who doesn't just want to like pretend that the world doesn't exist.
Well, what he said was endless immigration and endless wars. That's what he said.
Oh man, endless wars. Hey, look, I think we're both against the endless wars. You know how you end the endless wars? You win them. How about that? Oh man, no, Charlie Kirk. That the funny thing about it is like the idea of like throwing around labels like fake conservative and all that stuff. A lot of those guys like Kirk, and even if it's not Kirk, his acolytes and whatnot, they basically just attach themselves to Trump. And if Trump wasn't in power, if Trump wasn't president, they'd be singing a different tune. So who's the fake ones? By and large, it's those so-called globalist Republicans who have been saying the same thing for 20 years. Kirk and all these guys, they like changed their mind on a dime. I'm not saying he's a grifter, but it looks pretty grifty in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, there's talks about Stacey Abrams is being used by like the FBI and the CIA to subvert covert operations. Like, it's just some insane shit. I mean.
So it's Alex Jones. He's becoming a younger Alex Jones and more slender Alex Jones. That's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
And now he's blaming all the libertarians. Well, one of the last things he said before the live stream ended was he was blaming all the libertarians.
Yeah, he's salty, man. Because in a lot of these states, I can go and bring up the results. Like in some of them, I'm not sure. Oh no, it doesn't show me. If I have to go to full results, I'm going to check out on CNN. I'm pretty sure in some of these states, the amount of votes that Jill Stein, or Joe Jorgensen got was more than the difference between Biden and Trump. So if you're a right-leaning libertarian, you kind of screwed over Donald Trump right there. But for a lot of them, they were probably never even considering voting for the Republicans. So you could say that wasn't their vote to be stolen from, maybe.
Right.
But
well, again, like I'm seeing all these crazy shit and this whole thing. There's this whole thing about putting stuff in the water. Well, this wasn't from Kirk. This was from somebody else. This wasn't from Charlie Kirk.
Gay frogs.
But I was hearing on Twitter, there's some conspiracy. Now these could be bots. I don't know, but it was trending, and I saw it. I looked it up, and if you look on 4chan or certain parts of Twitter, there's these people that are talking about like there's something in the water. They're using like electric magnets or something. Like there's just some crazy shit out there about voter fraud. I like something about like I don't know. Something about like radio waves. That was the other one.
Oh, 5G. Those conspiracy theories of 5G are everywhere, man. That's.
And the biggest thing was apparently there was a breakthrough with the coronavirus. So Charlie Kirk was trying to say that the coronavirus was deadly up until Joe Biden got elected. That was the other thing. It's just been crazy. I mean, I got the FEMA camps. I got the gay frogs.
So it's like Glenn Beck meets Alex Jones meets Milo Yiannopoulos all in one. Charlie Kirk. That's embarrassing, man. Okay, imagine unironically tonight being Charlie Kirk, because there are a lot of conservatives out there, guys like Steve Schmidt and whatnot, and people like that who Donald Trump, obviously he was against Trump, but I mean, hell, there are conservatives that even supported Trump that, yeah, they look at this and they're disappointed, but they move on and they'll get a different leader and everything. But imagine attaching yourself to the personality of Trump so much. Like, did they not realize that, like, if on the chance that Biden wins this, their career is basically like.
Well, that's the thing, and I'm hearing some crazy shit. And well, okay, this was from Charlie Kirk, I know, but Charlie Kirk was saying yesterday that apparently in Arizona, Antifa is working with the police to destroy Republican ballots.
Wait,
like, where's the evidence for that?
Wait, the police hate Antifa, dude. What?
Dude, I don't know. I'm telling you what he's saying, but he's saying that the police are working with Antifa to destroy the ballots, and he was showing videos of like black vans, people being put into black vans, and these suitcases with CIA ops, and there's like these, dude, I don't know, man. There's like these imposters, and there's fake conservatives. Oh, he was talking about how there's sleeper cells within the Trump campaign that subverted the Trump campaign.
The records. That sounds like Stalinism. Like, they're wrecking. They're wrecking. They're not with us. They're here to sabotage, bro. No, dude, they're in crisis, man. Oh my God, they are unraveling. How long is it before Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump start insulting each other and blaming each other and stuff? This is amazing. They are completely unraveling. I gotta say, I've never actually watched like a full Charlie Kirk stream before, but this sounds wow.
He gets like 50,000 views. He gets a lot of views.
50,000 people watch that and they're like, oh, this is sane right now. Like, you could be watching CNN, you could be watching Fox News, you could be watching MSNBC. Oh no, we're going to be watching Charlie Kirk talk about the water and the 5G and the CIA suitcases and I guess like gay frogs or whatever it is. So I guess he realized that like the Trump shtick isn't going to get him his career, so now he's trying to take Alex Jones' career. Is that like the strategy going on right now? Like,
I don't know, because
Alex Jones is going to start calling Charlie Kirk a grifter, and that, hey man, I've been on this, I've been following the globalists and the deep state since like 1983, man. And then there's Charlie Kirk guy, he's a faker. I could see Alex Jones and him getting into a fight because Alex Jones is going to feel threatened on his turf. This is amazing.
He was saying something about how like the Bush family conceded to Obama or something, like just some crazy shit. I don't know. He was just talking forever. I don't know. He He just makes claims. He doesn't back anything up.
Wow. I know Charlie Kirk used to be seen as like one of the stars and one of the more serious figures in like the young conservative movement and everything. And now he sounds like a Ron Paul fringe wacko that like if you're Mitch McConnell, for example, do you want to be associated with that guy? Probably not. Like how is Charlie Kirk gonna like be able to recover from this? Because when the mainstream conservatives come back into the GOP in the wake of Trump, are they going to be like, oh, it's Charlie Kirk? He wants to be normal again? How? Like people are going to find out about this. If 50,000 people watch the stream, that's going to stick with him. That's embarrassing.
It's really insane. And like again, like I've seen a lot of stuff of like how the courts are rigging stuff and how all these people were actual Joe Biden supporters the whole time. He talked about like the globalist banks and whatnot that interfere in the Joe Biden election. How, and my favorite part was 2 days ago, he said that Joe Biden is doing a Bolivian coup. He's using the military to stage a coup against the president.
Oh, man. It's a coup, dude. It's a coup. You know, you show up at the votes and you vote for your candidate, and then the candidate with the most votes win, dude. That's such a coup.
No. And that no. You don't understand. They put chemicals at the voting machines, so when people would place in their ballots, they put them in wrong.
The chemicals.
There was something about like using these sprays, dude. It's crazy. Something about like the lighting. Just some crazy stuff.
This is insane, dude. We spent 3 days covering like, you know, the election and looking like at all the stats and everything as they came in and whatnot. And you know, we were just, you know, doing, you know, normal coverage and everything. And then you come on here and tell me what's been happening in Crazy Town. And it's freaking hilarious, dude. I like this comment from W.R. Winter. W.R. Winter says, wait, Charlie Kirk? I thought you guys were talking about Nick Fuentes. That's right. A lot of people that just tune in or would be watching the stream tonight probably assume we were talking about Nick Fuentes, because when I dunk on crazy, whack job, fringy, far-right people, it's usually like Nick Fuentes or David Duke or something. No, this is Charlie Kirk. He used to be like that sort of milquetoast, you know, wholesome, kind of, you know, lame, but you know, he tried kind of conservative memes. And now he's just straight up Alex Jones tier. It's kind of amazing how he went off the deep end so quickly. Well, that's Charlie Kirk.
He did say tonight that if Joe Biden wins, there will be labor camps for all the Trump supporters. There's going to be labor camps. The cattle cars.
That's what Alex Jones said. He said that if Obama wins, he's going to take your guns and he's going to put everybody in FEMA camps. It's Agenda 21. Well, you know, maybe it is Agenda 21. You know, 2021 is coming up next year. Maybe they were just waiting. Maybe it was all just part of the plan. Maybe like the deep state, they let Trump win so that then Biden can come in. And then when 2021 comes around, the Illuminati can rise from Kolob and come down. And
also like being backed by the CIA is based. Like, why is that a bad thing?
Wait, isn't he supposed to be a conservative? Wait. Okay, here's what I don't understand. So a real conservative is against American institutions, the American state, American national security, but the fake conservatives are those who are with the state, with the national security, and support American institutions. Wait, who's the fake conservative? Because this sounds like hippie, radical, anti-war, USA bad, Soviet good.
It sounds like a Bernie bro.
It sounds like a Bernie bro, or like it sounds like something that like the hippies would have said during the Vietnam War or something.
Well,
the CIA is the good guys. I thought that conservatives were supposed to be pro CIA. What the hell?
Well, he was also saying that the FBI is working with the socialists to overthrow Republicans or something like that. I don't know, man.
The FBI is right wing. Like most average FBI personnel are more conservative than your average dude. That's insanity. So he's in outer space. Like, do you?
You got to check out the Charlie Kirk show. Like I said, I've been tweeting it. I don't know if you see my tweets, but I've been tweeting about it since Wednesday. I've been following the chart ever since Wednesday morning. The Charlie Kirk show has gone down the hill.
Okay, so he's doubling down. He's not like, oh man, guys, we need to rebrand away from Trump, and Trump was fun while it lasted and everything. No, he's sticking with it. What's his game plan? What's he going to be doing in 2 years when everybody's like, oh, that Trump dude, that guy was.
Well, no, he's saying that those are all fake conservatives. I'm the real Christian conservative that's saving America. Everybody else is a fake. They're all fakes.
What a goofball. What an absolute goofball. Okay, he's basically going to be there with like Nick Fuentes, no platform, nothing in 2 years, because like all his Koch bros and those guys and all of his funders and everything, once the Republican Party is back to normal, they're not going to want this kind of caustic and vitriolic kind of BS tarnishing their brand again.
Well, no,
like stream with Nick.
Well, no, those are secret Democrats. They were always working for them. Charlie's here to help us. I'm telling you, man, you gotta watch the Charlie Kirk stream. You gotta pull some clips out of there because it's insane. They're talking about like a Venezuelan coup that they're importing.
We're actually gonna have to do it.
They're importing people to vote for Joe Biden. They're digging people out of graves. They're forcing the police to sign off on these ballots. They're putting people in black vans and driving them somewhere else. And the thing is, this one time when Charlie Kirk's stream went down, he was like, I think it was the Joe Biden campaign. They don't want you to let you know what I'm saying. So it's really just a clown fest.
Yeah, he's off his rocker. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Well, thank you for bringing this to my attention. This would have escaped my radar. I for tomorrow night, we're gonna have some Charlie Kirk clips.
Oh yeah, I would definitely pull some. I mean, well, the thing is, you have to, because they are like 5 hours long, so you do have to wait a little bit because during the periods, like there's break periods, and they're doing math and they're trying to see the ballots and whatnot. But there is segments in there where he's talking about crazy shit. Like 3 nights ago, there was the one I have to find it, but it was from 3 nights ago. He was talking about how in the desert of Arizona, the Joe Biden campaign is using globalist drone strikes against Republicans and whatnot, and they're burning ballots.
Wait! They're blowing people up in Nevada with drones.
Yeah.
Okay. I need the timestamps, man. I know you're busy and everything, but for people out there, if any of you have any free time, watch the Charlie Kirk show and give me timestamps of the juiciest bits, and I will download those, trim them down, upload them here, and have them ready to go tomorrow night. That sounds amazing.
I'm telling you, there's some crazy shit he's saying. You would think like, oh, this is Alex Jones. It's not Alex Jones. This is Kirk. This is Chuck. It's pretty funny. It's pretty insane. And the thing is, like on Tuesday night, he was so happy. And then ever since Wednesday morning, he's just been insane.
Oh my god!
He's telling people on the call-ins about how he knows the truth. He has the insider information on what the government's doing with the ballots.
He knows the truth. He knows the truth, man. It's in the water. It's in the water. I like this comment from Dr. Science. He just says, "Ree." No, dude, they're triggered. It's like 2016 all over again, but for the MAGAs instead of the SJWs. This is amazing. And I'm here. I'm like in the center to center right. I'm here for it. This is funny. This is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't know that Joe Biden was staging a Bolivian coup and using drone strikes. didn't know
He's
that was
using
happening.
drone strikes in Nevada to blow up opposition figures, but the media, they won't cover it. Like there's bombs going off in Nevada right now, but like you won't hear about that on like, globalist media like Fox or whatever, because like they're working with George Soros, right?
Oh yeah, he kept bringing up George Soros. That was the other thing.
Of course.
He said that George Soros was using the police in Atlanta, Georgia, to destroy Republican ballots and to silence Republicans, to throw them in black vans, and to never be seen again. And every video he shows is like stupid. It's weird.
Wait, where's his evidence? I'm serious. Where's his evidence for that? Like,
Well,
does he have testimony from cops down there?
He shows like these iPhone resolution like videos of like just like random vans and like just people having duffel bags. Like that's all he's showing or something. I don't know. I mean, you have to look at it yourself. It's really some crazy shit, but
Weak.
some crazy shit. Talk about like stuff. Yeah, you have to see the conspiracies, man. It's insane. And he talks about how there's gonna be a communist revolution in January if we don't get Trump into office.
The communist revolution, because that's from a guy who lets Mitch McConnell pick some of his cabinet positions. No.
He runs the deep state, so he did talk about the deep state. He said George Soros, the Bush family, the international banks, they're all working against Donald Trump. Donald Trump is actually trying to retake his seat that Joe Biden did a coup. Dude, I'm telling you, it's insane. There's a lot of material there.
This is Charlie Kirk. Honestly, we're at a point now where like Nick Fuentes, I haven't been watching Nick Fuentes, but like I have a feeling like even Nick Fuentes is going to be like, dude, you need to like chill out, man. That's pretty crazy. Like even that's wow. So he's unraveled.
Well, he says that Trump never loses.
Well, it looks like he lost. Like,
nope.
What?
He never lost. That doesn't happen. Trump never loses.
So those leads in Pennsylvania right now, that's just fake. Like, yep. Okay, fake conservatives. Okay, but like, what does he think the Democrats are fake? Like.
I mean, he said they were part of the neoliberal establishment to bring endless wars and endless immigration. That's what he said.
Oh man. Okay, this whole stream is basically just turned into dunking on Charlie Kirk.
Well, I mean, I mean that's all I have. I mean, there isn't really much else. I mean, I think people from previous streams have probably said what I had to say. So
fair enough.
I'm just giving you what because honestly, because the reason why I turned into because you would ask like, well, why would you tune into Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk is funny to watch. He's so cheesy. And the thing is, like on Tuesday night, he was so happy. He was so happy. And then Wednesday morning when he starts the stream, it's like the FBI is working with Antifa to destroy your homes. And it's like, whoa, dude, what the hell are you smoking, man? Chill out, dude. It's really a clown fest, and it's only gotten worse.
So this right here, that's basically what Charlie Kirk boils down to.
Oh yeah.
Antifa, FBI, deep state, communist, CIA, right?
Yeah, they all work for Joe Biden.
Yeah, they all because like nothing I can't think of a more communist organization in the world than the CIA, or I can't think of a more pro Antifa group than the FBI, right? Like because like those FBI guys, what do? They show up for work and everything, but when they go home, they're putting on the mask and they're going down and they're smashing in Starbucks windows. That's what the FBI boys do, right? That's what the Alphabet boys do. They're actually 80% of Antifa, right? They're just that's what they do. They wanna spite the man.
I love how he told his viewers that California was gonna go red this year. That was pretty funny.
Wait, California? Wait, against Biden? Okay, because I said if it was Bernie, there's a chance that California would even flip because middle class Democrats would get spooked by a socialist. But and they used to obviously have like Ronald Reagan and everything, so it's not impossible for California. Like even this election, millions of Californians voted for Donald Trump. But against Biden, he thought that was going to flip this election.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he told his followers that.
What was his reasoning?
Well, he said he found a lot of Trump signs in California, and Trump was going to have a 400+ win on the Electoral College.
So, yeah, those Trump signs. I'm sure there are places in California where like it's a ton of Trump signs everywhere. One voter could have 5,000 Trump signs, though. So that's.
I don't know. It's just been wild. I've been having a blast. I'm gonna tune into the Charlie Kirk show tomorrow. Because dude, I have to tune in every day. He knows the information. He knows the deep state.
That's right. He's telling you the truth. He's telling you the truth right now. We don't know the truth.
My favorite was when he told his followers to protest Fox News because they're part of the establishment.
That's right. I saw clips earlier of protesters going up to a Fox reporter and they all chant and they're all like MAGA guys with MAGA hats and they're all like, Fox News sucks. Fox News sucks. Fox News sucks. Because Fox News called it Arizona for Biden.
Well, because Charlie Kirk has a working theory that all the media is behind Joe Biden, and Trump is basically fighting all of these people. He's fighting everybody. He's fighting the FBI. He's fighting the police. He's fighting the CIA. He's fighting Congress. He's fighting the media. He's fighting the corporations. He's fighting the banks. He's fighting the globalists. He's fighting everybody, dude. He's really doing a lot of that fighting. You got to help him.
Fox News, man. Lifelong Democrats, that's
lifelong Democrats.
Just like John Bolton and Ronald Reagan and everything. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Dan the Man is here. He says, I knew Kirk would be like this. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I always thought of Kirk as kind of like the most kind of wholesome and kind of boring and kind of like, lame memes and like
he's got a book called The MAGA Doctrine he's trying to sell. And you know what's really funny? Like it's really funny because it's like every time he goes on break, he's like, the deep state is controlling you guys. And then like as soon as he goes on break, he's like, oh, well, if you want to help Trump, subscribe to my YouTube channel and buy my book. It's so off-putting.
Hey, by the way, if you guys want to help Joe Biden right now, subscribe to Superpower Broadcasting and also check out my Patreon. Link in bio. I like this comment from Arthur. He says, hot take. Nick Fuentes is smarter than Charlie Kirk. Based on what you're telling me right now, I have a feeling that like even Nick Fuentes would be like, ooh, that's pretty crazy, bro. To some of the shit that Charlie's been saying. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And the thing is, fallen, man. He used to be seen as like this serious voice for the Republican Party, for the young Republicans and stuff.
It was so funny because yesterday there was these U.S. Marshals. You know what those are, right? Federal marshals.
The border people.
Yeah. So they were in Arizona for the protests, and apparently one of them was by like a voting station. So he used that as proof that they were working for Joe Biden, and he was like, "See, they were working for Joe Biden this whole time. This whole election was all rigged to begin with. This was never how it was supposed to be." That's his justification for everything. It was rigged from the start.
Maybe he's right. I mean, I gotta say, full disclosure, everybody here, I haven't been watching the Charlie Kirk stream, so I don't know the truth. Apparently, he's telling the truth. Apparently, he has exclusive access to the truth. You just have to buy his book and like and subscribe, bro.
it's so funny because he brings on these people on this panel, and they talk about crazy shit too, and it's like, dude, Charlie Kirk is like something. It's really funny, man. You got to tune in. I'm tuning in for tomorrow night. I know it's gonna be a blast. I know we're gonna talk about some real factual information. It's pretty funny. It really is, and it's really. And now he's blaming other Republicans right now. He said like, well, you didn't truly support Donald Trump, so are you a real Republican?
The purge. The purge begins.
I mean, that's basically what the last hour was of last night. Well, actually, I'm sorry. This latest stream, the last hour, he's blaming everybody else in the room. You were like, "Did you support Donald Trump enough? You didn't support Donald Trump enough. You thought Donald Trump was going to lose. You were working with Joe Biden."
He's a wrecker. He's a wrecker. He's a saboteur. He's a spy. Oh man. Let me guess. Mitt Romney's a spy. Let me guess. McMaster's a spy. Kelly's a spy. Bolton's
everybody.
a spy.
Everybody.
They're all working for Biden, right?
All of them.
All of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, like I said. I mean, because again, like the reason why I originally followed his thing was because I was like, because I remember waking up Wednesday morning and I was like, oh shit, this is turning for Biden. And I was like, who's the one person that would be really pissed off about this? And I thought to myself, Charlie Kirk.
Charlie Kirk. I see. I would have thought Nick Fuentes.
No. It's Charlie Kirk. I tried
Charlie Kirk.
No, like Nick Fuentes is too tame when it comes to saying that kind of bullshit. It's also harder to find his stuff. Charlie Kirk is pretty easy. Like it comes up on YouTube or Twitter pretty quickly. So, like you can find his live streams on like Twitch or no, I'm sorry, not on Twitch, but on YouTube and whatnot.
Nicholas, right here. I am the only true Donald Trump supporter. Who does that remind me of? There's only one Nikki Haley fan. Only one Nikki Haley fan. So Charlie Kirk is to Donald Trump what Richard is to Nikki Haley. That's, I guess he's a
the thing is what's funny is like he on one hand he'll tell everybody that Donald Trump is the most loved person in the world, but then he says not enough people went out to go support Donald Trump, and I'm like, okay, which one is it, Charlie? Did everybody support Donald Trump, or is there nobody that actually supports him? Which one is it? You have to pick one. You can't say both. That doesn't make any sense. So just
sock on brains comment there.
No, I'm just saying it's really gone crazy, and he brought on Candace Owens and just some other just hacky people, and it's like these people are insane.
Candace Owens, the fact that she's still hanging around that crowd is kind of funny because like she got hired, I believe, at the Daily Wire recently, and like the Daily Wire, like Ben Shapiro in particular, he's not really too much into like these wild conspiracy theories and everything. He tries to keep things more normal.
But they're not conspiracies though. They're
true. They're the truth, right?
It's the truth. He's hiding the truth from you.
Well, no, apparently not. Apparently, all I have to do to get the truth is just go and watch his live stream. So we'll take a look at what he's saying on Twitter right now. My guess is he's fuming and dooming still. Kirk, yeah. What a goofball! What a goofball! Let's see his latest tweet. Dominion voting systems. Retweet if there needs to be an immediate recount and audit of every single vote in Michigan.
That's not happening.
Charlie says Trump had a red wave all across America.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Except that wait.
What?
But even if Trump wins this, it's not going to be a wave. It's going to be like a win by like 3 or 5 electoral points. Like,
yeah,
Trump had a red wave all across. No, Reagan had a red wave. Trump had a red wave all across.
Well, no. What he's trying to say is like there was a red wave, but Trump didn't win, so that's why it's false.
Oh, it's all fake. Oh, so he still thinks like Trump won California. They're faking the numbers,
They're
bro.
faking the numbers, bro.
They're faking the numbers. Trump won California. Charlie Kirk is projecting Donald Trump won California. But if it weren't for the meddling deep state and the CIA and deep FBI guys, and also I have to say I think my favorite part in all this, it's either the water, the chemicals in the water that's just so classically Alex Jones. He's like, they're putting the atrazine in the water. It turned the freaking frogs gay. I'll see if I can find that clip. Atrazine in the water. Yeah, atrazine frog experiment. That thing. Alex Jones. That's amazing.
My favorite is the hit list of Joe Biden. All the people he's going to assassinate. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one.
That's pretty good. No, but I gotta say, I think my actual favorite though has to be there are drones dropping hellfire bombs on people in Nevada right now, political opposition, and it's like Iraq war and shit. Except
that was 2 days ago, I believe, 2 or 3 days ago. He was talking about how so you know how like Nevada and Arizona are pretty contested. Well, he's saying that the Joe Biden campaign is using an airbase there to drone strike and use
Area
Operation
51? Area 51, man. It's right there. They got the aliens. Maybe the aliens are flying the drones. Think about that.
I mean, they all work for Joe Biden, though.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I mean, again, like you have to tune in. It's pretty funny. I have a good laugh. I think a lot of people have a good laugh. It is 5 hours long, so you have to really cipher through stuff. But
5 hours.
I mean, honestly, it's 5 hours of cringe, if anything. But he's really like it's so funny because it's like the first stage is we're winning. The second stage is drone strikes. The third is black operations and vans and secret ballots and duffel bags. And then the fourth one or the third one is you weren't a real Trump supporter. You weren't a real Trump supporter. You weren't real. You weren't real. All you were fake. I'm the only real one.
Fake MAGA guys. Oh man. I got a question for you that. What do you think is going to be the next stage in the evolution here? What do you think is going to be the next talking point? Is it going to be is it going to be that Joe Biden works for the Soviet Union, or what's the deal? Is it going to be Nazis? Is it going to be Antarctica Nazis from the moon?
I think the next conspiracy is Trump will concede the election because in fear that he'll get killed by the deep state. I think that's going to be the next one. He's going to surrender so he stays alive. But I don't know if that's true though. But we'll see. I mean, I'm just making a guess. But I mean, dude, they get more wild every day. They go insane. They go in different directions. I mean, we were talking about like black vans to building the Middle East into some empire, and dude, I don't know, man. Using the Canadian government to put duffel bags inside cars. Apparently there's you didn't hear that one? Oh yeah, so apparently in Nevada. Okay, so apparently Nevada has like a lot of Canadians there. And the theory is that people from Canada are sympathetic to the Joe Biden campaign, so they have duffel bags that they're bringing back down to Nevada to stuff in for Joe Biden.
The Canadians, dude. That's like a South Park. That's like the South Park movie. Blame Canada, dude. Blame Canada. Dude. Okay, he's off his rocker. He's the living, breathing meme, dude. This is like the South Park movie from like 2006, I think it was. Is it 2004, 2006?
No, dude, it's real, man.
Blame Canada. Just blame Canada for all your troubles. Blame Canada. Yeah. The pesky Canadians, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've just been having a good time. I'm tuning in tomorrow because I have to know the truth. I gotta know.
Yeah, you have to know the truth. Where else are you gonna learn the truth? You're not gonna learn it from Ben Shapiro. You're not gonna learn it from Anderson Cooper. It's Charlie Kirk. I guess he's just dishing out truth pills. left and right.
I mean, the thing is, like, does Fox News talk about the hit list? Does ABC News talk about the hit list? No, they don't.
Hey
They
man,
don't even
I
know.
turned into Fox News earlier today, and they were talking about they were just reporting the vote tallies, but I never heard them say that it was all fake votes. So I guess they're with the deep state.
Yeah, they're in with the deep state. Yeah. Anyways,
WR Winter trying to expose me right here. We're just gonna not highlight that comment. So yeah. Kevin is in Nevada, confirmed.
Anyways,
they're on to me, man.
yeah, no, it's been an interesting time, and again, I would say for any of you guys, look at it. Oh wait, I hear an echo. Hang on. Oh no,
Yeah.
I hear a little bit of an echo.
Oh, an echo from me?
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Hello? No, I don't hear it now.
Okay.
But anyways, so, like when it comes to Charlie Kirk, it's just some really crazy shit he's saying. Whether it be the ballots, the duffel bags, the CIA, the FBI, the police, Antifa, the socialist revolutionaries, the Canadians, the Mexicans, the illegals, Stacey Abrams, the Chicago Deep State, the underground tunnels. Dude, I don't know, man. It's the chemtrails, the chemicals that they're putting, the black Sharpies, to people watching the events. I mean, dude, there's too much, and it's really funny, and I hope you guys like it. But anyways, I'm really tired, and I got to be up early. So I encourage you guys to look at it. I think it's really funny. I think you guys can milk a lot of content out of that. So yeah.
I think we're going to be milking some content for sure. Probably not as much milk there as Charlie Kirk would like to drink from Donald Trump, like they were saying in the chat, because he's the only true Donald Trump fan. But I want to take a moment here on behalf of all of us, because I know WR Winter also mentioned earlier. Thank you, Anthony, for bringing that to our attention. This is something else. I think we're all going to be checking out a big log count over the next couple days. This sounds hilarious.
And again, like the last thing he left off was the libertarians being against Trump, and there being actual psyops for Biden, and they're not true Trump's.
It's a psyop.
And there isn't true Trump supporters. There was this whole thing for the last 30 minutes about there's a lot of people who aren't true Trump supporters. I was the real Trump supporter. You didn't support Trump enough. You didn't knock on many doors. You didn't do this. And I don't know what's going to go from here. I mean, we went from, I mean, the stages of Charlie Kirk are insane. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, Charlie Kirk is different. I mean, he says different things at different times, things that contradict each other. So we'll see. I mean, it's been pretty fun.
Yeah. Wow, man. I don't really even know what else to say. This is amazing. I'm kind of, I guess I'm kind of impressed by how crazy Charlie Kirk could become. I didn't think he had it in him. So, wow. That's I guess his parents must be proud, So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can try to fish some clips tomorrow. I mean, again, it's like 5 hours, so I would have to really go back and look at some stuff. But there's some really funny stuff in there. There's some great moments. And that's like, really? Did you just say that, dude? And it's like, how do you have 50,000 people watching you? But yeah.
50,000.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm really tired, so
yeah.
I'm gonna go now. It was good, guys, and hopefully you guys get to go laugh and make sure when you're looking at voter information, it's true. Look at the stuff that comes from the government or from your state. That's what's true. It's not what Charlie Kirk says. It's not what other people say. So just, make sure you're getting your information in the right place. So I'll see you guys later. It was nice seeing you, Kevin. Have a good night, guys.
Yeah. And everybody, make sure to go follow Anthony on Twitter. He's at Anthony M. Roberto. Is that still your Twitter handle?
Yeah.
Okay. So be sure to do that, everybody.
So, yeah.
And Anthony, you said before you might be making a YouTube channel. Is that still in the works, or
Maybe in January when I'm less busy, because I'm pretty busy right now with stuff, with work and whatnot. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.
Peace. Have a good night. Well, there we go. There we go. Anthony Roberto, ladies and gentlemen. He's done the hard work for us. He trawled through and trudged through probably 15 hours or more. He's talking about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 15 hours of Charlie Kirk to bring us those highlights. And we appreciate that. And I think all of us are going to be doing a little research on Charlie Kirk and some of the things he had to say. Because this, my friends, sounds like a total absolute lolcow. I mean, this is even funnier than Ian Stevens. We were talking about Ian Stevens beforehand. This is a next level cringe compilation. It sounds like a binge of cringe. That's like what I refer to Kremlin Kyle Kulinski's show as. You know, it's an endless, continuous binge of cringe. But Charlie Kirk, no, I've got to say, you know, genuine, like 100%. I'll have to verify this stuff myself, but like, you know, I believe Anthony. He's got no reason to lie to me here. I believe him. But like, that's the stuff Charlie's been saying. That's batshit, bro. I didn't think he had it in him. I thought he was just a lame milquetoast, you know, standard sort of not really engaging wannabe memer conservative guy. No, apparently he's aspiring to take Alex Jones' job. So good for him, I guess. You know? Wow. Yeah, imagine unironically being Charlie Kirk this week. Embarrassing. Amazing. Nicholas asks, so Kev, who are you bringing on next? Where's Reese? Where's Reese? Well, that's always the question of the era, right? Where's Reese? I don't have anybody else lined up tonight, unless somebody else responds to some of the invites I sent out earlier. However, it's a late stream. Probably won't happen. I also need to wrap things up in short order because I'm pretty tired. And as I said, I will have an announcement very shortly. Once this stream closes off, there'll be a few minutes, and then I'll be back with my announcement concerning the United States presidential election. So you want to tune in for that, right? You don't want to miss that. So we are going to wrap this up. We are coming up on the hour and a half mark. So I do want to take the opportunity to just say thank you to everybody for being here this evening. Always appreciate it. It's always great to, you know, come on here and, you know, have a good time with the chat gang and get to talk with Anthony Roberto. That's awesome. He hasn't been on the program in a while. So it's good to catch up with him. And be sure to like this video, of course. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. I mean, oh yeah, you want to help me? You want to help the deep state? You want to help Joe Biden? Subscribe to my show, right? And also check my PayPal, right? Like if I wanted to do the Charlie Kirk thing. No, but seriously, you want to subscribe. Even if you hate me, you know, you want to subscribe because then you join the notification gang and you can see when I'm going live so you can leave your dislikes and get triggered and everything, right? So additionally, follow me over on Twitch. Links in the description below. Almost at 50 followers. Be kind of cool to hit 50. Additionally, you can check out my Patreon if you'd like to support what I do here. That's patreon.com/superpowerbroadcasting. And once we hit $100 a month, and we're getting close, about 70% of the way there. Once we hit $100 a month, I'll be doubling up the content each day. Daily pre-recorded videos, in addition to the daily live streams. The pre-recorded videos will premiere to YouTube in the mornings, and then the live streams will happen at night. So you get two per day, 14 videos a week, basically, minimum, right? So I think there's $31 more to go per month. So Big ups to all the patrons that are already backing this channel. You guys are awesome. You guys are like the deep state funding me with my work and stuff right now. It's pretty lit. But if you can't commit to anything like on an ongoing monthly basis, that's cool. You can also check out my PayPal if you just want to send your boy a tip. Links in the description below. And I want to again say huge thank you to the PayPal gang. You guys have been awesome in helping to offset the cost of all the new computer equipment and everything. So that's about all I've got to say here. Well, I won't be back tomorrow night. I will, but I'm also going to be back in about 15 minutes. So be sure to tune in for that. I'll have an announcement for you all. So see you soon.